Hello, this is Annalisa from Faith Dream Create, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing a St. Patrick's Day card with you, and I'm using this stamp set from the Rabbit Hole Designs. It is called the Clover Bunny. I just picked this up at Simon Says Stamp recently, but I cannot find it on their website, so I guess this set is discontinued. It is also not available on the Rabbit Hole Designs website either. So if you have this set, pull it out or be on the hunt for super cute St. Patrick's Day themed stamps. Because, yeah. I'll also be using this stencil from Simon Says Stamp as well, and it is the Clover stencil. The Clover wreath stencil. So I'm going to go ahead and get stenciling, get my background done for my card. There is also some other great stencils that are St. Patrick's Day themes on the Simon website as well. So I'm just using Distress Oxide ink in Mowed Lawn, and then of course the Rabbit Hole Designs blending brushes, which are my go-to blending brushes. And I'll have all of the supplies that I can link to down below in the description box. I am sorry that this set is discontinued, but I still wanted to go ahead and use it. I love to use what I have in my craft room, and this was seriously just available recently, but things come and go. So getting this stencil inked up, I love the simplicity that this brings to the background with the clovers and the green. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp this bunny out on a separate piece of paper and do some coloring. Getting this bunny ready. It's so cute with the clover, and these sentiments on this set are actually really cute too. Happy St. Patrick's Day. A good friend is like a four-leaf clover, hard to find and lucky to have. So you could do this as a Happy St. Patrick's Day friendship card, and I'm head over Clover about you. So a love card for St. Patrick's Day. Definitely fun twist on St. Patrick's Day and a fun way of doing things. So as you can see, I'm stamping out this bunny here. I'm using this Simon Hurley stamping platforms to do that, and then I'm going to go ahead and color this in with Spectrum Noir markers, super simple coloring, grays, and the blender brush for the bunny, and then some pinks, and then of course green for the clover. I did two different colors of green and did super simple coloring, and then I'll fussy cut this out and adhere it to the card. And this was a super fast, super simple card. Mostly a one-layer card, just by adding the bunny on and then a few extras at the end, but not a whole lot went into this card. Some stenciling, some coloring, some cutting, and then the sentiment is going to go on, and then a finishing touch. And this card did not take me that long to make. This would definitely be a quick last-minute make for St. Patrick's Day. Let me know down below in the comments, do you make St. Patrick's Day cards? I have started making them just for my kiddos because my oldest really likes green. It's his favorite color, and I have almost 2 babies born in March. My daughter is turning 3 this year in March, and I am expecting my 4th baby at the end of March, so they're like my lucky charms. And yeah, we've just had fun embracing St. Patrick's Day, decorating for it, learning about it, and why not make some cards for it? Give it to them, and we have some other family members that have birthdays in March, so it's fun to like do St. Patrick's Day themed cards just with clovers and different things. So I've been slowly collecting stamps with different St. Patrick's Day themes and just having fun with it. It's like another reason to be creative, and I love to be creative, so why not? So as you can see, I added 2 colors in to the clover as an outline, and then now I'm adding in some pink in the ears, and then a little bit on the cheeks, and then just blending it out a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut this off camera. But I do add some white highlights as well, just to make the coloring pop and stand out even more. Alright, so now this bunny is cut out off camera, fussy cut out, and I'm putting him in the middle here. I was trying to decide if I wanted to pop him up on foam tape. I think that would look really cool, but I decided to just glue him down flat and make this card super simple. Now I am deciding on my sentiment, and I am trying to figure out what I'm doing. So I grabbed some green cardstock from my stash, from my scraps, and I'm going to stamp the Happy St. Patrick's Day out onto this, and I'm going to add white embossing powder to make it stand out, make it pop, make it fun on this green cardstock. I think black would look really great too. There just wasn't a lot of black in the card, so for this particular sentiment I decided to still do white embossing because I just love the way it looks. And I finally picked up a new Simon Says Stamp clear embossing ink. I love the other one because if I'm doing a lot with black, if it gets messy, it gets messy, but I do have a new one when I'm not working with layering black ink. So here is the white embossing powder. I'm going to heat set that up, melt it, and cut the sentiment strip down. Also just fixing a few spots that were not, but too much powder got on, and that was off camera. But yeah, so just actually took a thumbtack to the little pieces, like in the E's and the A's, there was too much embossing powder. So that is a tip for you. Sorry that was off camera, but that is heat set, and now I'm just clearing off my desk a little so that we can move on to the next step. And then I'm going to cut this little sentiment strip down. And here I'm using the scrapbook.com fine detail scissors, and I recently picked up these Simon Says Stamp fine detail scissors. They're like turquoise, and they are phenomenal. I like the scrapbook.com ones, but they're a little bit smaller, and the Simon Says Stamp ones just like fit in your hand well. They're so comfortable, and yeah, I just love them. So I will link to those as well. So good. So as you can see, I made a little bit of a flag here, and I felt like I was going to lose this sentiment strip in the background. So what I'm doing is I'm using my advanced tape glider to adhere this to some black cardstock, some scraps of black. I keep my black in a little container in my desk drawer because I'm always using it for embossing and everything. Even the smallest piece of black paper is usable. So I'm just cutting out a thin border around the green sentiment strip here to make this pop, make the green pop a little more. Brings in the black without being too much. So just getting this ready, and then I'm going to go ahead and adhere the sentiment strip and then the bunny, and then we are almost done. I've been liking using the advanced tape glider again. For the longest time, I could not find the tape for it, and then they finally got stock back at Michael's, so I picked up some. It's been really nice to use it. Still loving my liquid glue, but it's been fun to have the advanced tape glider for quick cards again. Alrighty, so the sentiment strip is going to go on, and then to finish off the card and add just a little bit more of an element to this card, I'm going to be using the Pops of Color in green from scrapbook.com. So I'm going to add some of the Pops of Color just in dot form over top of the sentiment and below the sentiment, and then I'm going to flick it to make the dots more flat and round. And then I thought about just leaving it like this, but I felt like I wanted that dark pops of color to kind of flow throughout the card. And by doing this, I added a little bit more of that green in a simple way, and it feel like it didn't overpower the card, but it finished it off in a fun and simple way. So I just added in the pops of color in different places in the white areas around the stenciling, and then of course I go ahead and flick it carefully to flatten out these little pops of color. You could definitely add sequins or sparkles like with the Spectrum Noir marker or pen and add in more details, but I really liked how these pops of colors finished up the card. So just flicking it to make them flat and stand out. And that is all I added to it. Here it is. I love how the pops of color add a little bit of shine, an element, and raised a look. So that is today's card. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you join us here as I share card making videos, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.